Well,
Hi! Shut up! Hi! It's me, your usual DM, Lachie James. It's not. It's me, Jack. Anyways, hi. We're doing
Jack?
Yes, I'm Jack. Get
Who
used
are
to
you?
it.
I'm also Jack.
Who are you?
Jacques.
Wait,
If you're Jack, who am I?
You may have noticed we're having an existential crisis because we've moved the chairs around. Because today, I'm in charge.
I mean, I'm in the same spot.
I mean, yeah, it's
Same.
just
Literally
me,
just
Lachie.
us, yeah.
Yeah, we decided to do something a little bit different, just for a little bit of catch up, see where everyone's at. We're doing a little bit of a. Excuse me, I'm trying to speak.
I'm sorry.
We're doing a little bit of. I guess that now it's turned into a round table conversation
Yes.
about the campaign so far. We've done 2 arcs. We're just going to go through, see how all the players are feeling, how all the characters are feeling, talk about some things that maybe we missed, maybe some things that our characters wouldn't think to ask. Or just general D&D nonsense.
And probably trying to squeeze campaign secrets out of me that I have to avoid.
We're going to bully the shit out of him until he tells us everything.
That's
Anyway,
nothing
I
unusual.
don't think there's really anything.
Shut up, you.
I don't think there's really anything else to add. I think we just jump into it. So, which of these am I going to make my first victim to ask the first question? I was thinking of being generous and just asking it myself. But
Roll
I'd
for
rather bully someone. You know
Yeah,
what?
you gotta roll for
I'm
it.
in. I could roll for it, or I'm in charge and it's my rules. I'm gonna make Lachie do it.
I didn't come prepared.
Ah, should have come prepared. Come on, what do you got for us?
Okay, let me have a think. So,
It could also be for all of us. You know, you are in charge of the whole thing.
Can we get the timer?
Timer.
actually, all right. So I've got one which it's pretty light and easy to start us off. We've done a few now, like encounters, fights, whatever. What's been your your favorite of the encounters or battle maps or for whatever reason, but encounters?
Beating the shit out of Devin's character was fun.
That was actually very fun. I did enjoy that because
Yeah, that was.
I did a fucking shit ton of damage to you first. I was like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
had no chance, and then I
I'm
did
pretty
that
sure
damage.
I
and
was
like,
on like 2 hit points or something.
Yeah,
when
that
that
was-
happened.
I tried to edit it out as much as I could in the video, but I was so tired, and that fight just kept going. And there was a shot in the edit, and I think I removed it, of you wild shaping. I literally just went. Because I was like, cool, he's got all his HP back, and now this is going to take another 12 turns.
Yeah.
And then
And
you
I
just
took
one
him out in
shot
one
decked
shot.
him.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, that's awesome. And I'm like, thank fuck. It was really funny.
Yeah.
It was cool.
The visual of that happening while we were playing was fucking sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it starts to turn into this snake thing, and you just shatter him before you can actually fully.
It was pretty awesome. It's our anime moment.
Cool.
what was I think the best thing that sped that up is me just going, hey everyone, stop playing.
Yeah. Well, I think a few of us were just like, this is happening now.
Well, that was
Just let it go.
when the entangle happened, and technically I should have been having you all be like, okay, now roll your saving throw. You can still act and all that, but I basically was just like, cool, until someone succeeds, let's just have you two having to.
Was it you misread something?
I was reading blinded as blind. I didn't have my glasses on in episode 5. I don't know why I didn't have my glasses on, but I didn't.
Yeah.
There you go. Well,
I
actually,
noticed halfway through when I was watching it, I was like, wait, where are my glasses?
Actually, I want to get everyone else's answers first, but that leads me to a question that I got for you. Anyone else got any encounters they were particularly fond of? I really liked that one, but it was mostly because I did a lot of stupid shit.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Logging Camp was pretty sick. That's my personal favourite one that I wasn't in.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You mean Logging Camp 2 or 1?
Logging Camp 2 with the spiders.
Genuine answer, I think probably that Giant Tick in 3. It's just it's the first time in a while that I felt very tense. Bloated horror, yeah. Very tense in a session.
You just killing that guy.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
What the fuck's up with that?
yeah, that was the thing.
We're not answering that question yet.
That's not the question, Joe.
Now it needs time to prepare a response.
I do. I haven't consulted legals yet.
What was yours? Did you say the logging camp, or did you not have an answer yet?
I don't know. I kind of just like fighting stuff. Whatever it is. I don't know. I just like it.
Nat is the murder hobo in all of us.
I am. I think I am.
That's the one who decided that to just have fun and remove all of the existential stress of character morals. And just like, let's do what we want.
Yeah, but
you've done pretty good at
it's
that.
hit
honestly.
me now.
You've
I'm
done pretty
there
well.
now.
You've done well. Very well. Yeah.
I am.
If it wasn't for the spiders or adding to my kill count, Nat would be very much in first.
Yeah.
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 Symone,
Yeah. That was
any fun encounters for you?
Juniper needs to protect her image.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to like let loose.
Unleash, yeah.
Once we
Yeah.
get to Marvid, where no one cares, you're just like,
Yeah.
The best thing.
I'll have like an alias and
Yeah.
I take on a new personality.
we
How
don't.
about the Whisperer?
I was gonna say, because we
yeah.
don't have enough multiple things going on right now.
My favorite one of Juniper is the fucking lady
It's the
Castroka.
second time you called it.
Sticking.
Juniper.
which
The
one?
lady Castroka one where you just like rinsed her
Yeah.
in the square.
Yeah.
That was my favorite,
Yeah.
even though it wasn't fighting.
No,
It was emotional
wasn't
damage,
combat.
which is the
Yeah.
best.
That was still like an encounter though. Like that was a conflict in which
Yeah.
you defeated her, and it did end in a fight. It
Yeah.
just started that way.
It was very
How
good.
do
That
you,
was my favorite.
like, how do you do that?
What do you mean?
Like, how do you articulate what you want so well? Like,
I don't know.
It's,
I feel like I'm like always reaching for straws when I'm doing it.
Oh,
Too.
same.
Like it's.
welcome
but
to
it doesn't-
improv.
It doesn't feel that way, no.
it doesn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nah.
I feel like I'm so
Nah.
doing that.
You did well. But, because I remember encouraging that scene because I had, like, I thought, oh, this will be cool. It'd be a good distraction. Also gives you a chance to just kind of go for it. But
Yeah.
fuck, you went for it. I thought it was just going to be a small thing. Because you wouldn't be sure what to say or anything, but then you just went with it.
Yeah.
We won that encounter
Yeah,
because of
dude.
you.
It feels
Yeah.
good. It feels so organic whenever you do like a monologue, which I mean it is. It just
Yeah.
feels so natural.
Yes.
Whereas if I tried, I'd be like, you know what I mean, guys. Fill in
I
the
will
gaps.
kill you.
Yeah.
Die!
Understand or else.
I don't really embody the character.
Yeah.
I'm a method actor.
I'm never actually not.
She actually
Yeah.
became immortal for this character.
Yeah.
But it's hard though. Like I can't. I struggle to not be myself in character, as I'm sure you
well, I
you've all
suppose to like
noticed, because I
my-
murder everybody.
in my normal day job,
Yeah.
I sort of have to talk like that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to.
Yeah, yeah. You should also do that.
I think we're just learning that there's a lot of self-discovery in Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my god, there
Yeah.
is.
It's
We're
almost like there's a
discovering
whole
ourselves.
thing about using D&D for therapy now.
Yeah.
Oh really?
For real?
Yeah, it doesn't
Roleplay
surprise me.
therapy.
Big thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a thing for years.
What about you, Lachie? What was your favourite?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna stick to you too.
It's kind of funny because I do have a different kind of perspective on it. Like,
That's perfect reason to ask.
yeah, well, as in, like, obviously, no, you guys just kind of were thrown into it and then did it, whereas the ones in 10 trees, I tested twice with other groups. I had them so planned out, and it was very cool seeing, how you handle the situations and all that, and like getting to use the big battle maps and everything. But then on the other end of the spectrum, Kostroka in the square, I was like, I don't have anything for this. This is just
And
happening.
it was great.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, I kind of feel like that finale there is probably my favorite, partly because of that spontaneity.
Yeah.
But I do love, I like to, toot my own horn. I do love the tick and the forge. That's like, I think that's my favorite encounter I've made.
Yeah, there was some really cool, like, I know we had some of the shots that we made for the actual show itself, but like even just playing the game, there was a lot of cool moments, like when it was trying to go down the side and when it was breaking down the door and when it broke through the window because we didn't think that was possible.
Knives got hit in a frying pan.
Yep. That was a different episode, but yep.
Yeah, that was fire.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff like that.
Oh, it was, yeah.
very cinematic.
And I feel like it's just one of those. I feel like the thing with that encounter for me is that I think the encounter that I've been most happy with how much it makes you constantly feel on edge.
Yeah.
Like most encounters, you either go in guns blazing, you're like, we've got this, we're going to win this, and then you go, oh, this was way harder than I thought, and you're suddenly like then panicking as people go downhill, or you get the first few kills, and then just because of how D&D works, if you get the first few kills, it quickly spirals into you guys being really in control.
Yeah.
Whereas, because that encounter is just like, yeah, don't fight it. Just don't.
Yeah, I couldn't believe we set the
didn't.
forge on fire and it still didn't die.
Yeah. No.
Hey, we burnt it. We burnt it up. It had
We
its
did
little
unlock the back door for it though.
Yeah.
So it probably escaped out there.
It's our
To
own
be
name fault.
clear
Now
with
we have
it,
a chain.
without going into too many specifics, that thing has more health than the entire party combined.
Holy fuck.
Done it still.
Probably not after the fire.
Two levels.
Yeah.
2 levels
after-
later.
I mean,
Uh,
depends how hard its outer shell is.
2 levels
Or-
later.
Exoskeleton.
Yeah, unless it just gets cooked from the inside.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have a hard
It actually boils.
2 levels later, so you have 39.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No.
39, is that your health? No, I'm not as far behind. I'm 31.
You rolled pretty low.
Yeah, I rolled pretty high.
I think I've rolled low twice.
Yeah.
I rolled high on level 3, but I rolled average on 4.
Yeah, I rolled high on the first one.
Yeah.
And then average for the rest.
But yeah, so no, I don't think it has more than the whole party combined anymore.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, we can take it.
But at the time.
I'm on
at the
29.
time and at the next level as well.
Yeah.
And like
I
even
rolled
now,
low.
I think you and Symone are the same. I think Simone's 29 at the moment as well.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Druid.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
That's
Here's
very
another
good.
question in that sort of line. Have you, as a DM, ever fudged either an attack roll or a damage roll because you knew that it would be very detrimental to our health?
do you mean during this campaign or just during my life? Because the answer is yes for the second, and
During this campaign?
not during this campaign. So fudging, I really try not to. I do it occasionally, but very, very, very rarely.
Is
it's
it
one of the
more
reasons,
for like story progress than...
The only, like, I wouldn't even necessarily consider it a fudge. When I do sometimes fudge is if I roll a die for something and then I look at the result and I go, oh, that actually just totally ruins everything.
Yeah.
As in, it's like, I just shouldn't have rolled for this. I should have just let that happen because I needed it to happen, otherwise the story doesn't go anywhere. And then I'll, rather than like going, oh, got this, I'll often just be like, oh, yeah, okay, I just shouldn't have rolled for that. So yeah, this will happen, and I just kind of ignore the die roll because I was like, no, that's a bad idea.
I've done that too.
In combat, no. If I'm trying to on the fly balance, I don't do it by fudging, I do it by changing behavior. So like if a creature's going for someone and I'm like, oh, that person's going to die, this is bad, and like it's going to be uninteresting and it's unfair, I'll just have something happen that believably makes the creature target someone else. Or something like that. Yeah. That's the way I try to do it. And even that, it'll just depend on the fight. Like if you're going up against Big Bad, I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah. We all need to be dead.
Get that. Yeah, cool.
Well, question that I had that I thought of in the middle of that, and it's kind of for both of you, is I want to kind of just go a little bit over the process of your late entry into the game. Like how early on into writing this did you decide to have that as a factor?
I think immediately. Because that character was already written for another campaign that I never ended up playing.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
And then when we started talking about it, me and you met up, and I was like, this is my backstory. And I was like, yeah, sick, cool. Yeah. And we edited the race and some aspects of it, but...
Yep, species under 1D&D. I think I, in writing, sort of went back and forth with it a little bit. Like, we started off with you'll have to enter late because you're going to be pretty central to, a lore point.
Yeah.
And then I tried to write you in earlier because I was like, it kind of sucks.
And I was like, no, whenever. I was like, whenever.
I kept asking you that. I was like, oh, are you sure you're going to be okay sitting out for like 6 sessions? Are you sure you're going to be okay with it? It could be a while.
Literally, I've been in some episodes and not been in them.
It was pretty fantastic. There was one episode where we were having trouble with computers, and Devin was literally like laying under the table for the entire session.
There was one game, and there's a shot of me showing Symone my phone that made it into the video because I couldn't hide it the whole time, where Devin was just throwing insults at me directly on my phone while I'm playing the game, and I'm like, shut up! And every time I look up, he goes...
I think you've handed me drinks before as well.
I think it was definitely 4.
It was 4 that I was here.
Yeah, I don't think you were here for... I think you showed up at the end of 3? No, because 4 was the farm. Yeah, you showed up like pretty early on into 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you was just hanging around. So there's just a number of shots of us looking off camera and Devin just doing random shit. It was mostly me because you were just insulting me constantly. But it was cool. It was a cool little addition. It was nice to have a few episodes where we didn't have to deal with you.
Yeah.
I have to deal with me daily.
But I did wonder if it would change the group dynamic much. I think there was a little bit of adjustment early on, but it didn't really make a massive difference. Maybe it's partly because of the character.
I think it made you all less horny. There was a lot of flirting. Like,
he became more
right
horny
off the bat.
And apparently just keep changing whenever I want.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Lachie.
Yeah. I think it was more the seriousness of the situation that made Felix less horny.
Yeah.
It was like, everyone's dying, maybe don't hit on the giant tiefling.
I mean, maybe now that you've got a bit of downtime.
Now that we're on a ship
Yeah.
locked together, I can be a complete creep.
With no
Yeah.
consequences.
It's gonna get weird.
Hey, remember when you let me into your room? Uh-oh.
There's just a full mutiny against the first mate because it's like, yeah, no, you're out of control.
No, I really struggled to do the horny bard thing. You know, I was gonna. The character kind of called for being like, I was like, I want him to be flirtatious, and I was like, early on, I'm like, this feels weird.
Maybe you
Pretend you're
get.
talking to me.
So far, you're the only one in the campaign that's had sex, so it's
Yeah, and
it's
I
worth
didn't.
a try.
I didn't even try to do that. You all fucking bullied me into it. I was just like, hey, I'm just gonna have a fun time with this woman who is like, bard.
Okay. Did we start chanting bard?
Yeah, literally. I was like, okay, I guess I'm sure.
Hey, it worked
I
in
don't remember
favour.
that.
Hey,
Pretty funny.
great woman. Vihanta. Great
Speaking-
NPC. Oh, that's a fucking good question, but I feel like you had one.
Oh, I was just going to say, speaking of people not being here, for those playing at home, if it's not obvious already, Callum from the Game Boys was supposed to be playing as Emmett, which is why I keep throwing shade at him.
Yeah,
That's a great point to bring up. Yes,
Yeah.
Emmett was. So many of those NPCs in Ten Trees were actually Cal's characters.
Yeah.
So Fenelon, Bilfred, Francine, Emmett, they were all
Forgery.
Fraudry. They were
They
all
were stuck with
written.
him.
The Landows.
All
They
of
were all written by Cal.
Landows. Yeah.
So
Landowns as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So much of that first arc was
he write,
just
like,
Cal's story. Like I
Like
always
books
intended
worth
that
of
way.
backstory, didn't
Yeah, he wrote
No, that was
the entire campaign.
Cal had a backup character as well, who's affected the lore
Isn't he in the city?
most, I think, of any character.
His backup character lives in the city or something.
Yeah,
I don't
won't
know.
say where.
Yeah, he can't remember where.
Arden set.
I know why. Where.
Yeah, that's
I'm excited to see if we ever
I was guessing.
Oh, spoilers.
Nice. Accidental spoilers, because I made a good guess.
But where'd you what?
Don't worry about it. Go
Nothing.
on.
Yeah, keep going.
I mean, he might have changed it. Cal doesn't know what's going on.
He's not in control anymore.
He's not here.
What did I spoil?
But it is you didn't. It's fine. And it is very fun though to kind of like. I think the most recurring in joke is when Emmett does things that Cal would do, and the main one is usually Lachie debating what to do on his turn. It's like he's in the room with us.
Or rolling really
I
high
feel
on initiative
Cal in
and
this
low
house
on everything else.
Yeah. You can roll high on initiative only.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was another running joke, just because we point out all the time, and I don't think we ever explained it, was Cal was always our dog shit roller. And then
yeah.
for some
The Will
reason,
Wheaton of the group, you
for
might
some
say.
reason, and I actually don't think it's really a thing, but Symone joined in and just took that spot from him.
It's actually not when you watch the video.
No, it's fine, but
Yeah,
in
you've
our
done
heads,
really well.
I roll actually very novel.
Yeah,
There's been a few
It was
sessions
just-
though where you've just become Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
Where it's just like
Maybe you jinxed me.
I think it was really Waterdeep that
It was
did it. It was because you just, like, Cal was suddenly rolling really well and you just weren't. But then we've come into this and you're fine, but we remember that. So every
Yeah.
time you roll bad, it's like, oh, it's happening again.
Yeah, which I
One out
actually
of 3
hardly
rolls
roll
was bad, it's all gone.
Like I hardly would ever roll a 1.
Yeah, it is not a thing, but it's a
Yeah.
thing.
like me who rolled 2 recently today.
Yeah, maybe you let that one rest. maybe you don't have to keep gaslighting me into thinking that I roll bad.
If we keep saying it, you'll believe it.
No, I think I rolled just fine. Thanks.
Yeah. No, I genuinely do too. I actually don't think I've pointed it out since the start, but I did it a lot of early games. It was just like, there it is. There it is. But I
There
think
was
it's
a
kind of
period
fun.
where I was rolling bad like all the time. Then.
Yeah,
for sure.
But now you're no fun. You just roll like a normal person.
The Lady Kostroka one, I don't think I rolled higher than like a 10 that entire session.
really?
I was like, that's why I went by the end, but I was like, fuck!
There was that whole
So annoyed.
whole confrontation with Rakatam where you just would
Fall.
not- Yeah.
When I did the character shift, I was I was rolling so well. I think I had like 1 or 2 bad rolls that whole thing. Whereas I get a lot of nat 1s as Felix.
Yeah.
I get a lot of them.
My nat 20, that one made up for
Yeah.
the whole racket.
You just sparked a memory in
So-
my memory bank. That I can't believe that the way that the Lady de Costa Rica's house went. Like, I got caught. I cannot believe
My favorite thing to
it
watch.
went in our favour.
My favorite thing to watch was my own reaction because I was the embodiment of disbelief.
You left and came back,
Yeah.
and you're like, what the fuck?
I remember being livid because I was like, I'm going to trust Nat to do this. And then instantly he was like, what the fuck are you doing? I went to the bathroom and came back. She had been caught. So I went to the bathroom and came back and she was friends with the guy. And I was like, and then by the end, you did everything I asked in the worst possible way. And I'm just like,
Yeah, but I got there in the
you
end.
did it.
We're not flying, we're falling.
Yeah.
Style.
Literally.
And now he's our deckhand.
Yeah.
Is that the, wait, what? Is that-
That's Mort.
That's more.
What? That's Mort? I thought Mort was the one that you spoke to in his head.
I thought that was
No,
who it
no,
was.
that's
Oh my god.
What was his name?
I'm with
didn't
you.
realize it was that guy.
I thought it was the dude you were fucking with. Oh my god. I had
That
no
makes
idea.
sense why he squared up to me, because I was like, why the fuck is this like
That
normal
makes
guard
so
squaring
much-
up to a
yeah.
guard guy?
I'm literally the exact same boat. That makes so much more sense
no.
now.
But we should get.
Smooth brain.
Go back and get
I
that
had
guy.
brought up his notes. I was like, they're going to ask for Butcher, aren't they? All right, what have they got?
Oh, dang,
I thought Mort
forgot.
was
She
Butcher.
a
I totally
thing.
forgot about him.
Damn.
No, I forgot about Mort. I thought Butcher was
Oh,
Mort.
no.
Yeah.
Mort's my
Yeah.
That's why I was like, why are we getting?
And I think this is a great segue into, I think, possibly the most important question, and I think everyone's probably going to have the same answer, is, well, who's our favourite NPC so far?
Ooh.
We've got a few options. It was Boro for a while, but we've had some pretty solid entries.
Boro is Devin's favourite.
Absolute snack.
You've never
I don't
called
know.
it.
Honestly, the Hunter really grew on me. Like, outside of being Felix, but I actually really liked, I don't know, I just found her very interesting. She was really stubborn, but she was really tough, you know? She got a good head on her shoulders, even though she makes some dumb choices. I really liked it. Cool. Yeah, in the end.
Evil cat lady.
Yeah, whereas my instincts at the start was like, oh, tough woman, ooh. And then instantly I was like, oh
Getting the
man.
vapors.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, this lady, she's strong. She's cool.
She was actually a really hard one to sort of. I found her a little hard. Like, I knew what I wanted her to be in my head, and it was this difficult thing of like, she had to be sort of hot-headed, stubborn, but I also really wanted to make her likable.
Yeah.
So it was like, and that's such a fine line to walk, where if you go too hard on that, then the character's just a pain.
Yeah.
But also, like, people do make choices that are maybe the wrong choices, maybe the right choices for maybe the wrong reasons or the right. So like, and that was supposed to be the whole thing, where it's like, you can kind of get where she's coming from, but you will also look at it and you're like,
Yeah.
think it through. But yeah,
Yeah.
she was
And,
hard to play.
Symone did make a funny point before when we were just having a quick chat, is that all of the women that you've put into Felix's life have been really strong and not coping with his bullshit. It's just like, all right, shut up, dickhead. Yeah. That's great. It's pretty funny. Just constantly humbled.
I think it has to be Joshan, right?
Joshan's a legend. He didn't he just had that one. Realistically, he had that one great moment, and he was just cemented as a legend in that.
I mean, do we just like him because his name's Joshua as well?
Nah, dude.
You
I
saved us.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that joke. That was an in-joke, but whatever. I just really liked that thing. It was just he unexpectedly, also to himself, was a badass.
Yeah.
And it was
Got
like,
a few
what a
huge
dude.
roles.
And I just like the headcanon of this guy is going to be an immortal. Like, he's going to make it through. We're going to show up to the final battle, and in our moment where we're about to die, he just like rides in on a Pegasus or something with like a glowing
For sure.
spear.
The sky opens.
Yeah, exactly.
Again.
Out of Aeltul's maw, it just opens and out comes Joshan.
Adventures I'm dead.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe that's the final boss.
The scene with the spiders, fuck, terrifying.
Which one?
Absolutely terrifying. In the camp.
Oh god, yeah.
Like just
the luggage
massive spiders just fucking dragging people up the cliff.
Yeah, that was.
Joshan was there.
Devin loved it. Millie it was like, these guys die and then just watch.
We finally got a name. Millie.
Millie, yes.
Millie. Never saw that one coming, but yeah.
Millie the Millie.
Yeah. I still think it's Maximilian in full,
Yeah.
but I like Millie.
I was set on Millions. I liked Millions. And Millie, I think, works, and Maximilian works too. I like where that landed.
Millie's good.
Needs like an official name.
Yeah. You'll have to tell me the spelling
Sounds
later.
good if Juniper needs to introduce him.
Yeah.
It's
I
just Millie.
think it was IE.
And we found him in a mill.
Oh my god! I didn't even think of that. It was all meant to
It
be.
was, yeah.
Quick,
awesome.
Jack, animate the finger with my head. She's looking at the numbers.
No.
Star transition.
Star wipe,
The
star wipe.
exciting thing about this for me was that I had to do less work. Well, we've had. What about you? Having played them all,
Lady Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Fuck that bitch.
Terrible.
She was great.
Thank you.
I hated her in the best way.
She's
Yeah,
not. She
and-
actually is the one who I think changed most from my writing her to my playing her, and I just was like, "Cool, I love this. This
It was
is
so
so
good.
awful."
Just full Dolores vibes. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But very
time.
believable.
See, I always
too.
think of like Moff Tarkin.
Moff Tarkin.
So that
I
was
feel like he's less of a condescending asshole. He's just.
Is he?
He's
that was
just a
more
real
Bishop for
confident
me.
dude.
Like, obviously Bishop's also a fob,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Tarkin's supposed to be all.
But no, before she lost their shit, I was like, she's Tarkin.
Yeah, okay. I can
She
see
just
that.
knows that. I'm also talking about non-efficient like Tarkin from book Tarkin,
Right.
when he's just like.
Who the fuck's Tarkin?
Star Wars.
Grand Moff Tarkin, Star Wars.
He's the name the system.
Because he's just a badass.
Sorry.
Just like,
Am I not
location,
nerd
just
knows that he's
boys?
better than everyone.
You're not nerdy enough to
Well-
play D&D, Leave.
Shit.
We're gatekeeping the shit out of
How
it.
dare you not know non-Star Wars canon from like the
God.
early 2000s?
You don't read Legends?
I
Oh,
was cool in 2000.
nothing was cool in 2000.
I was.
Reading Tarkin was cool.
Y2K, man.
Lady Costa Rica is a great choice. She was on my list as well. It was really fun to have that first scene with her, so she kind of stuck out for me as well.
Yeah, cool.
And also, it was just like, I like how everything that I was trying to do just had the effect of, okay, she's just going into overdrive now.
Yeah.
I think it kind of helped us in the end, but in the moment I was like, oh, I guess that's what happened when you threaten people.
Yeah. You send them fucking spiraling.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no, I liked her descent into madness.
Yeah. Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah.
I still feel like she's hired to do something for someone.
Oh, she is
surely.
100% going to
I
survive
do
and
think-
break out.
We'll see. Her.
I feel
I mean,
bad for
she's
Joss.
obviously liked enough to rule that town.
Some people like her. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Symone? Favorite NPC?
I think Lane is my favorite.
Yeah.
He's
Dude.
just like, he's just easy to be around.
He's just gonna be around for a while.
I like his vibe. Maybe because, like, you know, he likes the sea and, you know, I like nature.
Yeah.
You
We've got a
know.
lot in common.
Yeah, I just feel like we would really get along.
I'm never gonna open the door to his quarters. He's just got like the tie-dye like curtain, incense, his boogie, he's rubbing sex
lava
wax on his
lamp.
boogie board. He's
Yeah.
just like,
Definitely a lava lamp.
That's my
He didn't
people.
bring anything. He brought himself and a surfboard
Yeah,
to the
but
boat.
we still
he'll
find
get
it
it.
all in his room anyway.
he'll get it somehow.
We haven't even docked yet. Joe? Who's yours? Oh, you said Jashan.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's right. Nat,
Oh, man.
you got a few.
Yeah.
You've definitely had the most NPC time of everyone, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you really
Easily.
go for them.
I go for it.
I think they just really had
That
the
makes-
for no one
That
else.
makes me sound like a pest.
I wonder what. No. You got a few good
Next
options there.
campaign's going to be different, guys.
I thought you were in love and gonna get the immortal. I was like, she's gonna fucking do it. She's gonna do it.
Like, get him on the ship
Yeah.
or get him in.
No, there's no way he was ever
He was not
joining
going
us.
to get it.
He wasn't going to join us. And I
too
knew
reckon.
that, but I wanted to ask anyway.
I could never have. Like,
No.
A, story, and B, he's so
He's
too strong.
too-
It would have just trivialized the whole game.
Sorry, I'd
I'd
like
like
to
to
that
change
and
my
hunt.
answer. Fredison. What we could the Toidle?
Tweedle.
What was it?
Tortoise.
Turtis.
Turtis.
I think it was Turtis. No, yeah, it is Turtis. It's very unfortunate that it's Turtis.
Fredison the Turtis.
So
It's spelled with a D.
it lives forever and it can swim.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
better
I
than
do
Turtle.
like Jost, obviously.
It's pretty cool. I like how
yeah,
we were
Joss is a
instantly
really cool
terrified
guy.
of him, and he's like, "Yeah." just
we
do what
spent
you
like
want.
3 hours planning how we were going to get around it. And he was just like, yeah, cool.
I want to preface. I cut a lot of it out of the video. We talked about what to do for so fucking long.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
It was bad.
It was
got
like
to the-
40 minutes.
It
It's
got
not
to
in
the point where I had to step in. It was like, all right, come on, guys, what's happening?
Yeah,
I
you were
was-
just like, okay, cut. And we just sat around.
I want to see my reaction for half of that because I feel like half of it was just like, just because you're like,
Yeah.
we sneak in and then we get him. Oh no, shit, the immortals. Oh, you guys just take him. He's fucking. I was like,
After all that, Lockie's just like, no.
Well, it felt very high
worried about
stakes.
Did you just
was.
do that because we spent so long talking about
And
it?
he
You were
just
just
like,
like, I don't
"Fuck you
fucking care,
guys."
just do it, just go.
Yeah.
I think that's part of his frustration is that he knew that it was fine, and we were just like, oh.
Yeah, no, so the thing that happened there, and this is definitely a peek behind the screen. So The plan initially was that, or the expectation was that, depending which group you meet, whether you meet like Jost or Vihanta first, you then sort of go to the logging camp with them to help them. You obviously heard about the plight and immediately went, we are going to be Switzerland. we don't take sides.
Yeah.
So then,
We definitely took a side.
yeah.
No. We were going to be Cal. Switzerland doesn't exist.
And then, you know,
would
Jack
you
had the
do?
thing with, Felix had the thing with Vihanta. I had her sneak out hoping that you'd follow her at night,
Yeah.
and you didn't.
No, I wasn't going to do it by myself.
Yep. And then he didn't. So I was like, okay. So now obviously whatever was going to happen has happened by the time you get there.
Yeah.
And then you were so convinced that she'd been captured that I was like, okay, she has been. She should not have been. She was never supposed to have been. You were going to get there, and then I was like, oh, there's a bit of damage or whatever, and then you run into her and then just get like the, oh, let's, you know, we need to hit that thing. Can you help me? But because you were so convinced she was captured, I was like, all right, we'll go with it. And then you spent so long debating how to get her out that I was like, cool, let's just say she's out. I'll go back to my original plan so that we can end this scene. Cool. Then so she comes up and she's like, come on, we've got to get out of here. But I need to keep the stakes. Like, you didn't plan for nothing. So I'll put Lane in there. That'll be fine. You know, they don't know Lane. They're not going to care too much.
We care about Lane.
Back to plan again. I was like, no. So I was like, no.
We're going to collect all the NPCs. We're just going to get a bigger boat every time. Add
We're
everyone.
gonna need a big boat.
I do, like, I wasn't really going to back down from it because I'd made the choice of character. I do think most of that was me because I was just playing Felix is really adamant about, okay, things are going wrong. We've got to try to, you know, help this out.
Yeah,
don't know
and Juniper
what-
was going to help the Furbolg.
Yeah.
No matter what. So knowing that one of them was captured,
Yeah.
but also if we told the elders that they would start a war,
Yeah.
you know, that's pretty high stakes.
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure.
So I feel like, you know, my contribution was quite justified.
Oh yeah, no. I think that was the thing that was exactly the situation. It was like the whole thing made perfect sense. It was actually a super tense situation, but I, as the DM, am going, oh god, it's not. Like, I know it's not as bad as it feels, but I also can't tell you that. Like, it is that bad, but like your personal involvement wouldn't have been. It was always supposed to be like the first phase. So it was like anything that happened was going to have consequences. That was like, and then things turn to this, and then things get worse, and then you meet the other characters and things. But I like.
And we don't know that.
Exactly, I didn't know that. So I was like, what have I done? How do I fix this?
And then no one was going to warn them that the spiders were coming.
Yeah.
Terrible people. They should all be ashamed.
No,
No.
they were hurting nature, and they were invading lands that they had
No
no
one
right
would
to.
have known.
Juniper, not what we expected.
Drake, I'll convert you to be an eco-terrorist like me. It's fine.
That's, I don't really know how to phrase it, but I was going to say that interesting question is like, was there anything? Obviously, we kind of had some preconception. I don't know. That's the right word.
Preconceived ideas.
Yeah, into what each other might be doing. Because, you know, we played a few games, like, you were going to be a rogue, we were confident of that. But to be fair, no, it's actually, that's a bad example, because, a little bit of a preface, we practiced our classes playing Curse of Strahd, so we mostly knew what we were all doing. But was there anything that really threw anyone for a loop when it came to, like, when we actually got to play these characters? Was there anything that we were like, oh, this is not what I thought you were going for? Because one thing for me was I was convinced you were a pirate. Like,
The amount of times Jack
just
said,
in my head that you were a pirate. And then so when we had this scene where you said, I hate pirates, yes, it was Felix, but it was also Jack just going,
You ruined my dreams.
you're not a pirate?
I think that's so funny, given the origins of the character too.
Yeah. So Knives originally came from a one-shot that I played with my other D&D group.
Okay.
You're cheating on us?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was
All right, at least you admit
originally
it.
No shame.
a pirate captain sorcerer.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Interesting.
I thought the character was cool, so I brought it to Lachie, and Lachie was like, yeah, that's really cool. We need someone strong. You can be a barbarian.
I don't think I said you could be a barbarian, but it was to that effect. It was like, yeah, that's great. No one in the group has strength.
Yeah.
Please be a strength character.
Yeah. What do you mean? We got 9 strength, I think.
I'm pretty sure the
You
collective.
do as well?
Nine
Oh my
as well.
god.
I have 10.
Yeah.
Nice.
And,
All
like,
right.
the,
Plus
I'm pretty sure the
0.
collective strength of this group is like, setting aside Knives, it is like 30. It's so low. In fact, it would
We
be
get by.
35.
But my wisdom is like
Yeah.
18.
Yeah. Our strength is such a classic dump stat, but it is also one of those things where it's like, then when you do come up into a situation where you need it, it's like, cool.
Can you use dexterity instead and just acrobatics out of the way instead of
Yeah. I want to lift this box
use
with my dexterity.
creativity to get it.
I want to tackle that person using my dexterity.
yeah.
I want to use my telekinesis to lift that box.
Well, the rest of us don't have telekinesis.
Neither do I yet.
Yeah.
Did Nat and Devin say what their favourite NPC was?
I don't know. You did.
Devon's
you were
is
still
Bora.
deciding.
Bora, yeah.
I have a lot.
But I don't know who my characters is yet, because he doesn't like any.
I don't know. I love Lady de Costa Rica because she's such a psycho.
Yeah.
The person you love to hate.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Jost more. I just love them all. I love
pretty good.
every
Thank
no, seriously, every NPC has their own, like, even Hugh, like, they're just so. I love them.
I enjoyed the theatre troupe. I enjoyed the theatre troupe. It was really nice to have Paula.
Magic Man.
And
Magic Heart.
Sanders.
Yes.
Blast.
Oh, Sand, yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Sand.
See, Sand?
Poor Sand.
Sand was great. Anakin hates him though.
It's almost like you've made that joke before.
Has he?
I don't think anyone has heard you say that before. I think just asked if heard you say that before. Yeah. But solid NPCs all around.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, favourite or character surprises. I think the
It's been
biggest,
interesting for you actually.
biggest
'cause-
one for me by far was you. Juniper by far.
Yeah,
I was
People continue to be surprised.
yeah. She's
Yeah.
kind of brutal.
yeah. I mean, like
I feel like it's very clear.
No,
Like,
wait,
in
No.
my head, it's very clear.
I mean, sure, it's your
we talked
character.
about some
so-
of that stuff, and like
Yeah.
so often, like there's been quite a few times after a session where like me and Jack will be packing up, or he'll stay a bit later, and Jack's like, man, that just took me by surprise, and I was like, so I get it. Like we've had these conversations about the character, totally get where it came from. But yeah, it totally took me by surprise too. It felt like that the whole time, where it was like, you make a decision and I'm like, oh yeah. Didn't see it coming, but that totally tracks with what I knew.
I think.
Why did I not see it coming?
I think everyone projects onto the character, like this just very like motherly character, like someone who's just like extremely caring to an individual.
Yeah.
Which is not the character.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, the character is so much older than anyone else. They have seen so many different things, and they are like they're fully aware of like the human experience. So small things don't surprise them or really concern them in any way. So yeah, they're always looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Which sometimes comes off as like really cold.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is exactly what I mean. Like, as soon as you started doing some of those actions, I was like, I do remember us having that conversation. I still just, literally, I was projecting. They're like, oh, you're the wise village leader. So you'll be like, okay, so let's talk this through and make this understand.
Like,
as opposed to what you are, which is like, no, don't.
But-
What?
The old
The
bitch.
village leader.
Yeah.
I lead
Yeah.
The old bitch in the
That's
tent.
the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like the village councillor. I'm
Yeah.
not like,
That's Burrow more.
Yeah.
I'm really looking towards the future because I'm going to live and continue to live much longer than any individual in the town.
Yeah.
I guess it would give you a different perspective, and it's just funny because I was like, I had the idea that you would be this, very like different character. So then I had this new version of Felix, which was not how I wrote him, but you kind of needed to adapt to this group. It's just very anti a lot of the things. Like your perspective is just like, so it's just it's this contrast I didn't expect going into the game. I thought there'd be more overlap, at least at the start. Maybe there will be in the future, but at the start I thought there would be more. And it was just, that took me by a shock. Yours, I think I already said, at the start you played exactly what I thought you were going to do. But
What? Someone that's just come into a place where I don't want to fucking be, and everyone's been like, how you going? How's it been? I'm fucking terrible. How do you think?
But you've brought a lot of depth to the character, especially more recently. And like you've done bits and pieces of that in the past, but not to the extent that you have in this game. It's really cool.
Yeah, totally good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I would probably say Annie's,
Don't know what you're talking about.
Annie's probably my favourite character that you've played.
No.
For me personally, yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'd say so.
No.
You were
Christmas. Christmas.
Oh, tinsel titties.
Tinsel titties.
Yeah,
That's the best.
She was a sick bitch.
And you were at 1,000% exactly what I thought you would be. Every single facet. Even aesthetically, you're what I thought you would be.
Read the second.
Yeah.
Trust me, I didn't know what I was going to be until I sat down. I was like, no, fuck it.
Yeah. Because for context, I don't know if this came across in the episode, but I had a bit of meta knowledge as to what Devin was playing. Because I was originally doing art, and then we were like, let's get someone who can actually do this. So we got the amazing, I don't know, what's her last name? I don't know.
Grenenko.
Beautiful. Check her out on T-Shortic on...
Yeah, T-Shortic.
Yeah, fantastic work.
And her actual website is Anna Grenenko art or something. If you search her name, she comes up.
She nailed mine.
Every one of us looks awesome.
I think
incredible.
So good.
I don't think I barely sent any notes. I think we just accepted the first draft for mine one.
Yeah, there was... Yeah, I think we did actually.
Yeah. I was like, yeah,
there
that's
was-
fucking
She
sick.
gave you the 3 options and you were just like, that one.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, same thing for me. Her vision of Felix was better than mine.
Yeah.
And with the Whisperer, I had an idea I wanted this like very Grim Reaper-esque character, but then she kind of made it a bit fancier, and I was like, this is so much better, that one. So like, she kind of just designed my character for me, because it was just so much better than what I had in mind. Like, even that aspect, and also your thing of wild shaping into animals with a crystal form,
Yeah,
all of that was like, this is what it is.
You did say that in the car once. Me and Jack occasionally carpooled, and he guessed it, and I was like, no.
The classic. No. What?
Yeah. Don't be stupid.
Stupid.
Hey,
That's dumb.
I surprised you all with my fucking dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon?
Yeah, the dragon in the camp.
The star dragon that I
Yeah.
roared it.
Got all of that.
I mean, you also surprised yourself because you forgot that was your subclass.
Ah,
Devin was
yeah,
playing with the
that's
wrong
right.
subclass for like 3 sessions.
Good thing I didn't do anything in those sessions. Didn't fight, didn't try to persuade anyone. I was just like,
you
hey,
spent a lot of time doing that, but it was cool.
Yeah.
Your presence did something. Yeah.
killed a lot of people if you blame me for the spike.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yes.
Anyone else? Who else? I've asked a lot of questions. Anyone else got anything? Anything that itching at the back of your minds that you want to know? Players, characters. Just staring at the grid. Surely someone got something for us.
I don't know. I had stuff written down, but I think we've already talked about it. And
Ask anyway. You never know.
I've forgotten it.
Oh, that's the harder.
Okay, well, I'll pitch one more while everyone gets a little bit of time to think, because I think this is an important one. Sorry, Lachie, but I kind of want to know
She's totally not sorry.
within the elements that we're willing to share. Where's everyone at this point in the game? Just thinking about every
We're on a boat.
Sailing on the deep sea.
Because obviously we've talked about how they feel about certain things. It's been addressed with a few of us, but really just about this, where they are, what they're doing, how they feel about this quest, how they feel about each other. Just how's everyone doing?
I honestly can't believe we didn't speak to Millie sooner about backstory.
I think we've been so.
We
There was no
haven't been
time.
able
Yeah,
to.
It's not been time.
The only time we had, the main time we had for downtime was probably the walk to the Furball camp, which we instead spent trying to figure out how to get there.
And the night
And
at
then
the
the
camp.
actual Furball camp itself, where we got drunk and danced.
I mean, I will say though, you don't need downtime. As in, like, you can bring that up at any point and be like that.
Yeah,
And
But
which
good
is
thing
kind
you
of-
didn't, because I didn't
Yeah.
know a lot.
But
We were so focused on the events.
Yeah,
that
it's
we had
it's
time.
understandable. Yeah, it was pretty high tension, fast paced, all that.
Yeah, which is why this epilogue was really nice to do. So
Yeah.
we actually-
yeah,
I was very close to dipping. When like as soon as Locke's like, yeah, you hear them, I was like, oh fuck.
Splash.
Well, I was like, wild shaped dolphin gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was like,
We just
who's
found
more
a floating
important?
shark in the water an hour later.
That's why I was like, who's more important?
That's why you actually wanted to be the anchor, so that you were tied to the ship.
Well, let's start with you then. Since you're kind of the most ambiguous of all of us, how do you feel about everything and everyone?
Still weighing up who's more important is fixing the thing or doing what he's learnt from you guys of actually caring about things.
Yeah.
well, your old job was to keep that.
That's why I was like,
Fixed.
fuck, who's more important here? It's potentially fixing that or actually,
Finding your people to fix that
Yeah.
again. So like
We're
it
working
makes
towards
sense
the
to
same
me.
goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing the same thing.
How about you? How's Annie feeling?
Are you okay?
No.
At least we're not going, making my way. Very roll.
Yeah, no, Annie's not doing great at the moment on the sea.
Yeah.
Um, but otherwise, I think, I don't know, probably pretty happy.
Yeah.
Well,
Still mad at this guy?
I think we reconciled.
Yeah.
And I look like her again.
it's kind of a weird kind of just, we're just okay with each other. We're like best friends that have never, like, we've been apart for ages and ages and we see each other every now and again and it's just nothing. It's just the same.
You know the one you just occasionally message, like, oh, we need to hang out, and then you don't message for 6 months, and then you
Yeah, but we're
finally
still
bump into
really
each
good
other.
friends, yeah.
Oh my god! Being your mother as soon as
Yeah.
the game started.
I was born yesterday.
What's that TV trope? Born sexy yesterday? Is that what it is?
Is it?
I mean, I was, but
It's that whole, it's, yeah, obviously, yeah. Yeah, that's a whole thing. I won't bother explaining.
But I think, I don't know, I have somewhere to belong. She's just happy to be out of where she was, but also wants to go back because now I can go back to maybe somewhere else.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't know. Confused. There you go.
Well, you knives keen to be back on the water.
Very much so, but also terrified. No one leaves the army or the navy. It's
in a body
it's
bag.
big deal.
The big old reveal. He's lying to us. He knows exactly who his dad is. This big old important dude.
I mean, that's his actual dad.
Not
No,
his actual dad.
that's fair. That's
Yeah.
very fair.
He said he saved him when he was a
He did a cult.
boy.
I think I must have missed that detail because I was like,
Yeah,
I didn't see your reaction. I was like, what?
I must have zoned out or something, or I just forgot. I'm so tired.
Adoptive daddy.
No, never mind. Okay, well,
Papa.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
In my head, it was this big reveal, so I must have looked like an idiot.
Do you regret leaving though? Obviously not because you get with us, but like,
I mean, kind of. I probably could have pressed Fisher a bit to like make me go and deal with it. I don't know. We could have also got Burrow to sign something, but you know, not thinking of it back then.
no.
We deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was many moons
Yeah, I
ago.
think it's made for a very interesting, like,
it's fun.
conflict storyline too. Yeah.
It's fun to be on the run.
I'm interested to see what happens with that letter that I sent.
Me too.
Intercepted. Poor, what's the bird's name?
Prim.
Poor Prim. Gonna get shot out of the sky.
That's when I go really Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Start shooting NPCs out of the sky. And,
In Lockie's words, Juniper.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, every single fucking time. And I'm like, stop.
Or it's, who have we got? Knivey, Junie, Annie,
Yeah.
Healy.
Healy is upsetting.
Millie.
I don't want to be. It really was a perfect choice.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
It's all coming up Millhouse.
Kind of touched on it a little bit towards the end, but where's she at?
I think this is like a. It will be like a transition period sort of thing. She basically gets her strength from her community, and also having just rallied the community in such a big way, to then just leave.
Yeah.
I think she'll have some sort of identity crisis coming up.
That'll be fun. Enjoy role playing that one.
Yeah, I think that's what she does.
It's just
What about-
very.
Sorry, you go.
Oh, I was going to say, it's very much like this very like powerful, confident character that's just being thrown into, now she's just fish out of water.
yeah, she's no one.
It's going to be a complete shift. It's exciting. Yeah.
How's Feely feeling?
He's a mess. That was kind of one thing that I didn't really touch on. Like, he's very much in this, like, I'm so excited to be sail on the seven seas in pirate mode. He's not. He's just absolutely destroyed from the last 48 hours. Very much out of his element. He's not used to being with other people for this long in this context. And this is also the most information he's allowed anyone to have about himself. He's very scared. He also is worried that he's shared information about someone that he shouldn't have. So he's a bit,
Yeah. What is up with the Whisperer?
I know.
Well, I don't want to give too much away. I'd rather it just kind of be organic. But I do want to
let it play.
I do want to clarify some things. It's like I'm very much trying to make it clear that, and part of this was you saw when he took off his mask, he had a different face and everything. These are very much not the same people, but there is an element, like there's obviously the physicality of it, and there's the wonder of it. There is something that's linking the two, and that's kind of the element that I want to leave aside. I was really tempted to give his name, but I wanted to keep some roleplay just for the convenience of you have a name. But hey, we got yours now, so I don't feel so bad. One more.
Do we know the Whisperer as the name?
The Whisperer is a title. Because he's being called by that by a few NPCs.
Do we? No. So that character would not even have a name for us.
What's
The Masked Man.
No, because I think I don't remember the context, but you and I had that conversation. Was someone brought up that I think maybe even I said it, that he had been called the Whisperer and that would do.
Yes.
And he was like, "Do you have a name?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Yes."
That's right, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think yes, you do have that title for him, which works for now because he's a bit like Felix is pretty hush hush. This guy's very hush hush.
Hence whispering.
Yeah.
And you find it out, you're gonna die.
Oh, it's gonna be great. But I did, just because there's actually no, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't. I wanted to, but I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna see if anyone can pick up on it as the episodes start to release, on little hints that I've been playing towards this. Keep an eye out. But I'll talk about that when it's properly revealed what the hell is going on. Yeah.
Spoopy Spurby.
I mean, we played through it, so do we know? Would we know?
You can maybe figure it out, but I don't want to tell you. Because it kind of gives away what I'm
We're
doing.
stupid. We missed it.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, that was an element, and again, I'll probably talk about this in future versions of this show in a bit more in depth, but I've been terrified about this part of the character, because we wrote this very early on.
Yeah.
And we've been toying how to actually approach this duality, and what it means and what it even is in the game. We went through a lot of iterations of this, and I'm keen for you all to see what it actually is next time this dude pops up.
I have a theory.
You're probably right. I don't know what it is. I want to hear your theories after this.
I feel like you can say the theory.
Oh yeah, say it now. Why not? Everyone can have theories.
You're made of spaghetti.
Yes. Fuck. Why'd you tell him?
I'm sorry.
Give me a theory.
Okay, so my first theory is actually you are Emmett's father.
Oh my god.
Hear me out.
At 9 years old.
Francine, when we met her, was like, oh, you should know 18 years ago that your name day, something, I don't know, something along those lines. And anyway, and then also, I reckon this second entity, you're actually part elf. That's how Emmett is half elf, because his mum's obviously human. And I think that the other entity in you is the elf side, but you're like half elf, half human, and they're warring with each other or something. Or you've summoned something that's the Whisperer that's linked to you somehow. But that's my theory.
Cool theory.
That is a good
It's a very cool theory. I will not confirm nor deny.
I think
is
you've
true.
been cursed by a bitch.
Got it.
By a bitch.
A bitch.
only one.
Got it.
Yeah. I'll leave your theories in the comments or
Nah,
whatever.
I actually think the Whisperer's dead.
Dead.
As in, like,
That was the end
his
of him?
spirit is what you prayed
Oh.
for.
No,
right.
are we allowed to, like, we can meta game right now, right?
I mean,
No, we're still playing.
To some extent, maybe. It depends. What's the meta?
Well, you spent an hour doing whatever you were doing
I
to
did
get
spend
this
an
guy.
hour, yes.
You were summoning him.
Maybe. It's very possible.
It is, I know.
I thought
This is exactly where you get to metagame, because this is where
Yeah.
Matt has theories rather than
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, no,
Nah,
this is me.
I'm pretty sure it's like, what's that, the Lord of the Rings game? The Shadows of Mordor?
Oh, like
I
where
see.
he's possessed by the dead elf dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's entirely possible.
It's a cool game.
It is.
I haven't played it. Should I play it?
Fantastic.
First one's really good. I haven't played the second.
Gollum. It's Liam from Critical Role.
Yeah. And the one thing I will spoil is the whole reason that Felix didn't give you all the answers, because he felt like that you all deserved answers, was that the guy did what he wanted him to do. And he's like, all right, he hooked me up. I won't be a dick. And just tell every secret that he has.
I was actually amazed that I inside checked you successfully.
Yeah, I didn't roll very well.
I was like,
If I had decided that I was lying, you would have failed by 1. But I decided that he was telling the truth, so you succeeded by 1.
which is
Because I had the
mind blowing.
expertise in
Because
deception.
I never ever broke past fucking cults.
Yeah.
Cult was
Not
worse.
once.
I don't want to spend too long on it
Let's
because it's
please not
not
talk about
it's not related to this game. But just to clarify, in our Curse of Strahd game, because I was practicing this element of the character and it was a gothic horror, I decided to play this really creepy dude who, at some point, we just decided was a serial killer, and his whole ploy was to get power. And there was party betrayals and all kinds of things. And it went very well, and no one was upset.
That is.
And that's why Cal's not here.
That's the real reason Cal's not
no
playing.
longer in this game.
Yeah. Yeah. Look. It was cool, but it is what it is. So yeah, we constantly joke about cults and how much of an asshole that dude was.
Tortured me for like 6 months.
And I had to preface. I didn't give the context, and now the context is finally here. I had to preface so many times. I promise my character isn't evil.
Yeah.
I know that this dodgy, shady dude has come up. I promise that I'm not evil, just because I needed them to know I wasn't doing that again.
Yeah, but we don't trust you now.
Maybe I am. Maybe it is just the ultimate bluff.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, we've only got a little bit more time. Is there anything that anyone else wants to quickly go over? Any last questions about everything?
I feel like we haven't all asked a question.
I know. It's tough. We've been talking a lot.
What made you be that to be a goat lady?
I don't
I just know
know.
it's Faye, but like...
Well, I'm pretty sure I just went through all the races and whatever and be like, hey, that's cool. I've never played one of them before. And there you go.
This relates actually to the question I asked before about like who surprised you, because I had no idea about anyone's characters other than yours. And I knew you were going to be. I thought you were going to be the rabbit race, the hare people.
Harrigan.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's a really weird race. I was like, I feel like Nat's going to pick a weird race.
Oh, thanks.
And I thought you were
Kind
going to
of
be a
did, because you're
hare.
more than just a satyr. Like, you got a lot more going on than just being a satyr.
I mean,
You got like a giraffe look going on in some ways. You got you got 2 sets of horns.
oh yeah, I'm a bit weird, aren't I?
There's a lot
Hey,
of
I'm
weird
fake.
shit. But it's cool. It is cool. I like
Monkey
that
said I
approach.
can be what I want to be.
Yeah, and hey, you do you.
He
man.
said I can make stuff up.
Yeah. All right. Since I do want to get through all the lingering questions, and since we only got a little bit of time, I reckon we speed round. Let's see if we can just blast through any last little things, anything that anyone wants to know. I've asked enough questions. Anyone got anything?
We've answered all my questions that I had written down that I can
You're
think
done.
of. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Didn't you? There was one Cal brought up before.
What did you bring up before?
Who's your favourite DM?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, who's your favourite DM?
Me.
Why am I asking you? Who's your favourite DM?
Lachie James. Brandon Lee Mullen.
Oh,
It's kind of an
Oh, we're just going for like any of them.
is it everyone's question?
I mean,
Sure.
I think we're doing a question each.
Sure.
Yeah. I just I'm more meant. Are we just talking any DM?
I mean, probably one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
celebrity DM, surely, so that people know who they are. Like,
Yeah.
I can't just say Jeff.
Fucking love Jeff. Jeff's characters
Jeff's
are
a
the
solid
best.
dude.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
My
Yeah.
favorite is probably Lachie James, just personally. I like all of them. Like I don't do much of a debate of like Brennan and Matt and all that. I think they're all pretty fucking incredible. But I just really like the way that Lachie runs his games. That's all there is to it.
His inspiration die.
That's part of the reason
Yeah,
I like him is because he doesn't do that.
You don't get to reroll your hit die.
Shit. Well, wasted.
I mean, yeah, my answer, you guys have all heard it, but my answer is generally Brennan. Just generally.
DM
I love
host.
Matt, like Matt was the first DM that I sort of got into watching and all that, but I just think Brennan watching Brennan is like watching someone, I feel like I can't attain this. And it's not even like, I think I'm happy with what I do and everything, but it's something in the way he DMs that just is so unique to him. and so
He's so just like on it
Yeah.
and has an answer for everything.
yeah, and like half the time you think he's like, oh, he's got all of this prepped, and it's just that he's a really good improviser,
Yeah.
and he's just a gun.
The wedding in Unsleeping City is the perfect scene.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, they just keep making stupid jokes. He's like, what the fuck you say?
Yeah. There's all of Calamity, just that whole thing.
Oh yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
You got any questions for anyone, Symone? Don't know. if
Or
you
a
asked.
favorite DM?
And why is it me?
I don't know enough TMs to rank.
That's
Then, but
fair.
I let you
It's
live
like-
in mine.
I think actually
we all
everyone here has
haven't
run a game
did-
except
yeah.
you. So, which of us is the best DM?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I really like Devin's one.
There we go.
I'm better than Brennan. I did nothing. These guys ran it. I just went. That's what's you see this?
That was a fun.
That was
was
really
fun.
fun.
Yeah. But yeah, any questions?
Who is your favorite character of ours?
Oh, yeah.
Pick your favorite child.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
who's your favorite
Yeah.
child?
Oh,
Why is
boy.
it me?
Okay.
Yeah. And
I
why?
don't know all of our picks as well.
Who's your favourite character and why?
Yeah, I want to see everyone else's picks.
Yeah, I think let's.
No, I'm going to hear yours first.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say let's do a pick then.
Yeah. If you don't say it's me, you're kidding.
Anielloa.
Really?
Yeah.
Rude.
Why?
I think
Because I'm not mine.
I think partly it is that
a
you. I think you did surprise. Like you are playing what I thought you would play, but you're also not. So it's like there's things that you are doing that are, give a lot of depth to her that you haven't necessarily managed with some of the other characters. Like I think you've always managed to play very fun characters, but even in that, in the one we just did in the epilogue where it was like, you're like, oh, and there I am caring about other people again. That was like,
Yeah.
that's depth that you
Correct.
haven't. That was clever.
Yeah, but to be fair, we didn't
Take
play.
the compliment. Take a compliment.
But we didn't play. We haven't played all the other characters for this amount of time.
Yeah, we have.
Nah,
Goes to Strahd.
I was Blood and then Liz.
We played that for like 50 sessions.
You were blood for like a year.
Was I?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, because
I feel like
you were
why it
still
hurts
alive
so
when
much.
I was dead. Like when my character died,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
were still
It didn't
blood
go
for
for very
like a
long.
It would've
long
went for a
time.
while.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, we played a lot of
Nearly
stuff.
went
Lost
for,
time
nearly went for 2
somewhere.
And the
years.
games were so much longer than
Yeah.
these ones too.
You probably played blood for like triple the time.
How
you played
old?
Annie.
How old's the second one?
The second
I
one.
want to know if you want to say his name on stream or not.
Oh. He's 1.5.
Yeah, so you were pregnant with him like 6 months into Strahd.
That's probably why I don't remember anything.
I don't remember either, but you were definitely playing for a
I'm
while.
pretty sure the
Yeah.
session you announced it, spoilers for Strahd if you're actually playing it.
Oh yeah,
is
spoilers for Goes to Strahd.
is the Abbott.
I bet.
Nah. That was the session you announced it.
Oh really? How do you
You've got a
remember in
great
my
memory,
life?
Devin.
I don't remember anything.
Except
I
when you
remember
don't.
pointless shit and then nothing else.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go around. Favorite characters. Well, Symone, you're next. Other than yourself,
You can
we
say
all
yourself.
know we pick ourselves.
I think Felix at the moment because I want to know what the story is there. I also want to know what Knives' backstory is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and maybe
no,
we can like test it and like.
She likes the boys.
Knives, I feel like the last few sessions,
Yeah.
Knives has been like, I think you've been the most consistent, but I think the last few sessions I've been like, Knives is
Knows who he is.
really enjoying
I-
Knives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna go.
because you're the captain now.
Yeah, I was gonna
He's
go
the captain.
around, but that's kind of exactly how I feel. Like, I think yours, I'm the most impressed by. I feel like you have one of the most realized characters at the table, even if maybe in your head space it's not. It comes across that way in game.
I literally every session don't know what the fuck.
I know, but it kind of that is the character in my head. But I have a feeling, especially in the coming sessions, unless you just completely tank it, it's going to be Knives for me. I really enjoy Knives.
So
Yeah.
don't take it.
Yeah, so don't fuck it up. Speaking of Knives, who's your favourite character?
It started out as being Felix,
And I
but
ruined it all.
no.
I was gonna say why.
Then got taken over by Anielloa.
Oh, be a lot
Why?
of Annie fans in here.
Why?
You're just
Annie is okay.
Most of us are a bunch
Annie
of
is just fun.
assholes and stressed out
Because you can be a
individuals.
loose cannon.
Yeah.
Like, literally the
Yeah.
heist that Jack was talking about before.
Yeah.
You broke in, got caught, then made a best friend.
It now works for us.
Absolute bullshit.
What?
Yeah.
Like, what else do you do?
Fight, run.
Be careful.
Don't
The
get,
dice
don't get
didn't
caught.
allow me to be careful.
Also,
I
I want to say,
adapted.
my favorite DM is my mum.
Aww. That's nice. All right,
That's
Natalie.
sweet. Who's my favourite character?
Who's your favourite character?
Oh. It started out being Juniper, funnily enough.
Really?
Yeah, because I hated you. You were just completely opposite to what, like, you were just stern and, like, I didn't like it, but I loved it. Like,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Had we taken photos before we started playing?
Yes.
So that's funny that you said that, because every single photo you two have together is just, you're both just so angry at each other. And every single photo of you two together is just like, fuck. Or it's you being like, he, and it's you like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah,
you doing?
I think we'd
Yeah.
started playing by then, didn't we?
No,
No?
but when we were doing
I think
that
we
shoot,
had it-
I was like, let's try and think about how the characters would interact. And it was
Yeah.
like, these two are going to fucking hate each other.
And it very much went that way.
Yeah.
And then
I don't think it will be always like that.
No,
it
No,
doesn't even feel that way now.
I
as
don't
much
know.
anymore,
I don't
really.
think Juniper really
No.
comes across that way anymore.
No.
Because I can trust you guys now.
Absolutely.
Felix is trying to mend some of that. Actually, I'll explain that later, but you continue.
And then it was you, because I thought, like, we had like a roguey connection, like we were
Yeah.
on the same sort of
Felix
page.
still feels that way.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Like, I love all of you guys. Some a little bit less than others. But,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think knives, now that you like your knives.
Now that you're in charge.
Yes.
Now that, like,
You're
I
gonna
feel
blossom.
like,
Yeah.
but now I feel like I think we all sort of know who we are now more than what we did when we first started.
It's always hard when you first start playing.
Yeah.
Which is one of the tough things for you too, because you've had half the
Yeah.
time playing a character.
Well, I have also no character.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like, yeah. And like, you've ended up playing such a kind of almost adversarial role at points so far. It's been really interesting.
It's been a very, very tense point for the group, which we
Yeah.
still probably need to kind
Yeah.
of go over a little bit. But yeah, it's
Your
been
decision making's kind of shit.
been a really good
Hey, he's apologise for not listening.
Devin, who is Millie's favourite amongst the group.
Again, similar to you, it's changed a lot. So at the start, it was Jupiter.
Juniper.
Because I was like, cool, you're not just playing like, as you said before, the typical I care about everyone village elder. It's that I don't take no shit from nobody.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Didn't
gonna do
expect
shit.
it, yeah. I also had no idea you were a warlock until like
Yeah, yeah.
3 episodes in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I always thought you were a druid because I saw the character and I'm like,
I also thought a druid. I was like, oh my god, there's two
yeah,
druids.
everything is like sticks and stones and flowers and shit, and I'm like, druid.
Yeah.
But no.
So it makes sense, but it's very cool that you're playing a warlock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even question that either.
That's when I immediately I was like,
Makes
okay.
sense, yeah.
Warlock, yeah.
It tracks. I don't know your spells. I don't know you.
Everyone knows you trade your soul for 1d10 force damage.
Yeah. That's literally the only reason. You don't use anything else.
Guiding bolt. And then knives, because I was like, I want to know more about knives, especially after you nearly killed me. I was like,
Oh, God.
Dex.
I was like,
That
yes.
conversation was great.
Oh, that was fun.
was
First
like,
time
yes.
I barbarian
Knives.
out.
Yes.
And it wasn't until the last episode where Annie actually showed humanity that I was like, okay, I like where this character's going.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, please. You like beautiful.
You and my mama.
Yeah.
That's because you saved me.
You wanted to, yeah.
That was the thing I was going to explain.
Printed on Like a baby bird.
While we're talking about kind of character relationships. Felix really didn't like Juniper for a long time and still is kind of a bit weird about it. And what I wanted to explain was that note that he read at the end was a note from the Whisperer because he witnessed that whole scene that you had. And he's got all these notes about, like, spoiler, he's got notes about all of you in this book.
Figured that.
Yeah.
We picked some up.
Yeah. Yeah, which no
We'll
one
have to
read
address
yet.
what they are.
Yeah, no one had
That's what I figured we'd do it.
Yeah, and he's just got notes on everyone, and Felix's about about Juniper just weren't the nicest. And then this dude comes in, and he had a fine experience with you. He was expecting this one thing and experienced the other. So the last note he put in was, give her a chance.
I knew that was what you
Yeah. So Felix is like, all right, fuck it. So he's trying to mend it and see if he can actually have some kind of positive relationship with you.
And then it was just awkward.
It was a little bit awkward, but I think it's a step in the right
I
direction.
feel like
I think it's
I wasn't
fair.
expecting you to go back to that dynamic either. Like
But
the kind of like tension and the awkwardness and,
there was just
and things like that.
yeah, there's just enough that happened that it just in my head it seemed like that would be how Felix felt because he was very taken aback by what your personality actually ended up being, and obviously you were very critical of outsiders and very critical of Felix, so he's just kind of like, all right, well, fuck.
Yeah.
But this other guy's come in and said, hey, there's more to her than this, so he's trying to see if there can be some kind of friendship there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think that for Juniper at this point, like we've already gone through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
We've been through so much shit.
Deactivated lasers.
Yeah. Juniper wouldn't be like leaving her home for the first time with this group of people who she's only just met.
Yeah.
If you know she wasn't like fully committed and trusting and things like that.
We're totally trustworthy.
Well, you're not trustworthy.
I have the power of spiders.
we all got a lot of
We're
baggage.
You all serve a purpose in her life.
God.
Terrifying.
Well, I'm very excited to see over the next few arcs, next few sessions, how these relationships build, where we're at in 6, 7, 8 something episodes time. We can have this chat again. This has been a fun little chat. I was expecting to have a whole bunch of blank slots to cut out, but there's just been so much to say.
We talk really well when we're not in character.
I know, it's great. We can make decisions. So I hope that you join us again for the next time we do this, upon conclusion of the next arc. If you haven't watched all of the 13 episodes before this, then spoilers, I guess. And if you have,
Go watch them.
if you have, go watch them again. With this new information, maybe it might change your perspective.
Yes, then you can find out all of Felix's secrets that he
Yeah,
mentioned.
that apparently we missed.
To be
Even though
fair,
we were there.
they would not. They weren't obvious.
I still love just.
First one who gets it in the comments gets a shout out.
Nice. I'll just do it before I reveal it, just to spoil it for everyone.
I still love just when you watch back watching these episodes, how much you watch and you just go, oh yeah, you really did. Like for me, I know that I'm like foreshadowing all this stuff, and you guys don't like pick it up while you're playing. And then you watch the episode, and like I'll get messages from you. It's like, oh yeah, you totally did. Just and like watching the first episode for me, I was like, oh, I set everything up.
Yeah,
I
you did.
didn't even really realize I'd done it.
Yeah,
that
no,
much.
you told us basically everything
whole
we
story.
did, and we were just like, what?
Yeah.
My biggest moment of that was you mentioned the logging yard, and you're like, knives, you're going there. And I was like, you're fucking involved.
I know.
Yeah, we do need to finish this off, but I thought it was I thought it was hilarious because I edit the videos and my attention span's really shit. I'm really bad at keeping notes, and I'll watch the episode back and I edit them a little bit behind, so when we're a bit ahead, and I just go, fucking, it was right there, you idiots. I'm one of those idiots. It's like, I can't wait to see the comments of people just ripping us apart for super obvious shit that in the game none of us none of us noticed.
Just, like I had gears and a pipe in my hair for like a long time.
Where's
Like,
the-
these things make such a funny noise.
We're a bunch of
You did that. I don't know how
Yeah.
many times we did not connect it.
But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. We look forward to doing this again. Look forward to the next arc of Tales of the Lord of the Wind, whenever that's coming to you.
And maybe
And,
playing other things.
Yeah, we might have some
meantime.
other surprises for you. We'll see how we go.
And if you have questions, maybe for the next one,
Yeah.
please chuck them down. We might actually have some audience questions next time.
That's right. It would be great to see what you
Yes.
guys think and what you want to know.
Who's your favorite character? Why is it me?
That's the question of the day. Pick your favorites in the comments below. Who's your favorite character and why? And why is it me? Anyways, thanks
It's
again,
clearly
guys.
Man, that echo was insane.
I mean, you got the most votes from us, so, and we all know that everyone agrees with us.
NPCs too. Who's your
Yes.
favorite NPC?
That's
Even if
bonus.
NPCs you like them more than us, that's fine.
That's
Yeah.
also fair, yeah. Which NPCs are better than
Who's
the
your
characters?
favorite character overall?
Why is Jashan the best character and why?
Conversely, who do you hate the most?
Whoa.
Why is it me?
I don't know. That sounds like a pot getting stirred. That's anyways, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see
Thank
you
you
all
all.
again. Bye bye.
I love you!